Welcome back to the ESL 1 Cologne qualifiers. Welcome back to our upper bracket final matchup where either Heroic or Vitality will be going to the Cologne LAN. I'm the Eternal J. I'll be taking you through this matchup in the qualifier, plus our following matchup of North versus Avangard. See, I've got one Danish team mixed up with another. But North versus Avangard fighting for survival and a spot in tomorrow's losers finals against the loser of this particular matchup. Very important one coming ahead. Nuke is our second map. It was picked by Vitality. Heroic won their map pick of Mirage. An Overpass has to be the map that Vitality win on in order to win this series. And very important one again, just due to the significance of just where they stand in the tournament right now. Both teams are known to be pretty good on this map in the last few months, especially Vitality, who have taken on some of the biggest and the best. Close scorelines against North and Fnatic in the past. Victories above the likes of Optic, Virtus Pro, which admittedly these days isn't saying much, but this can end up being another close one. I'm expecting big CT sides for both of these teams. A very similar situation to our last series where we had Nuke in play. It might just come down to the slight strengths of the T side rather than the overwhelming force of CT. So let's get started with Heroic CT side first. Vitality going to start off with the vent dive. 3 players successfully going down towards the B bomb site, essentially. As Blame starts off on ZywOo, a kill on him. Apex with a trade back on Freiburg. Starvin trying to get back into the bomb site as MBK and RPK both go fall into the likes of Esatag and Starvin. Now Alex, ooh, and Apex getting a headshot. Last 2 players to work with here, and I've got angles here on the B bomb site up in the rafters out towards the ramp position. Headshot angles spotted but not capitalized on. Blame can fall back, look towards Decon as they crop the crossfire. Alex can't make his way in without taking significant damage. Headshot will eventually come through for the lone CT player, and Apex also spotted out towards control room. 2 kills to his name, but it looks like that's as far as he's going. 2 kills for Esatag and Blame each. Gives Heroic a nice, confident pistol to begin here on this map. No bomb plant is found by Vitality, but they are going to look to an eco regardless. Fall by in the next round can come through as they try and rush down the ramp room. Try and overwhelm the likes of Blame here, who is going to get forced back with the smokes up. Take MBK down with the ZywOo. ZywOo takes him out instead. The bomb can make its way over to Secret in the distraction. They're going to try and overwhelm the CT forces, and they're getting a lot of damage done. That nading against Freiburg could do enough. The AUG picks up the ZywOo and turns around for the wallbang second. No idea Freiburg is there, a lucky guess. There's a 4 versus 2. Bomb going to make his way back up towards the A bomb site. Meanwhile, Starvin's read this. Ready to cut off ZywOo. Spray will take that rifle back out of their hands. Now going to check around the corner and try and take down Alex. Is not ready for Apex. Close with a P250 though. And Vitality with an eco round could still win out this advantage. 3v2 scenario. AUG and UMP trying to find their ways onto the bomb site. No defuse kit either for other Heroic players. Starvin moves up to Squeaky. Alex starts to reveal his position. Taps up, trying to tag up NATO Safix, but NATO Safix wins it out. And both players are extremely low here on the T side. Forces their face up towards heaven. Apex comes up with a kill. Safix turns around for it, but he's not ready for RPK. Back towards main. Vitality, with sheer aggression, are going to come out on top with an eco victory. And a reinvestment be forced up here from the Heroic side. Vitality much more confident buy, and again they're going to play quick into a similar sort of strat. This time with Squeaky being the broke-off player, but Starvin comes up with a kill on him, isolating that one through the smoke. Got one more player to do with the NATO Safix as Blame does go down, and NATO Safix quick to follow. B site once again open for business. Rotations from the CTs are thick and fast, with Starvin being here with the Deagle. Headshot, MBK does get landed, and eyes that bomb, looks back in for the second. And once again, the force buys could still work out for Heroic. 3v3, Mac 10 still in. Freiburg will be pushed back up against RPK at close range. This is where he can win the fight, and he will be successful. Bomb again, isolated and dropped. The T's can't get to it. Precious time being wasted. They have got a little over a minute, and ZywOo has made his way up the ramp. Grab the AK of the AUG, that would be a decent shout. Hearing Freiburg creep around though, we'll grab that AK eventually. And just so close, Freiburg a corner away from getting that kill. Meanwhile, ESL playing passive. We'll get forced in with the likes of Apex as Zywoo comes up. Oh no! He kills off his own teammate! He'll take out Starvin at very least, try and recover this, but ESL with a scout up close. He needs a no-scope to land it. Zywoo, what a blunder from him. After it was going so well for Vitality, when it felt like they were within a chance to get the trade frags. It's not happening. Still, with the money that they've saved, the AKs can get reborn for Vitality, a much more stronger force buy in this round. The Heroic up with the rifles, the SMG still in place, suspecting it might be another eco coming out. ESL will get forced back, but a utility with the nades coming through towards the inside lobby will do a lot of damage. And Neosapis with 2 kills towards the heaven area. Triple kill being lined up for him as RPK and Apex also end up falling. And NBK left alone. Isolated, all 5 stay alive. Beautiful stuff there from the CT side. Two of the AKs going to get saved as well, leaving a lot of breathing room for the Heroic squad. Vitality obviously on eco, so the AK firepower not going to come into effect until the rifle buy comes out, but for now, more of an air of confidence around this whole thing. Nades in, damage done to Alex. Zywoo also tagged up a little bit. And Starvin jumping down to close out the door. Very good movement from him, but now knows where both the T-side players are at, and he'll come up with 2. Freiburg, 2 of his own right. Money stacking for the SMG. The 4th round on the board for Heroic. The back and forth trade eventually goes to a confident start for the Heroic side. Again, similar situation to the way that Mirage went. A pistol start for Vitality and Heroic able to strike back. Orps, the AKs, the AUGs all coming out in full force here. Vitality are back on the buy. Popping up in the squeaky door, but that as much damage the T's and C's will do to each other, just opening up avenues of execute potentially for the Vitality side. Not going to go for the rush down, no nades under that position, no 5-man pile in situation. They have still got outside control. Looking like they might actually set up those smokes towards outside. Go towards secret perhaps on the default, which smokes out. ESL already adjusted for this. AK up close, we'll hear the footsteps backpack over. Alex is dealt with. ESL needs to fall back, but he'll stick around, look for Apex. Small gap in the fence. Couldn't quite take the headshot. We'll take a little bit more damage for it, and now it's to deal with Apex on top of the blue box. Whoa, what a transfer! Headshot from the Frenchman, also betting out the AWP shot, will know that he's outside and continues to push forward as well. Confidently taking the main control. Neosapis thinks that it's going to be red box. But meanwhile, the T's also making their way in through Hart over towards Squeaky. Kill coming in for Starvin, will drop down 2 points of health. They're going to leave it to Freiburg, who lines up 2 of his own right. NBK for the clutch, 1 versus 3. He's gotten 1. Smokes down, will block off the AWP. Should be able to deal with Starvin, but the dink comes through, and that's the worst case scenario for NBK. Easy trades can come out the USP, perfectly lined up for Neosapis. Bit of a back and forth round. Vitality taking a few crispy shots, but overall they come up short against Heroic. And the smoke's out for Vitality with the eco, the half bite coming through for the T's. Kevlar with pistols up against rifles. NBK gets forced out, trying to face up towards Squeaky. Freiburg going for the vent dive, suspecting there might be players back here, or at least suspecting the secret push, which he'll be right about. But what can he do about it? Backed up by nobody, only man in the halls. Got Starvin, top of the hut, ESL directly above him, but when it comes to actual B-side defensive, this is it. He'll face up, he'll see them all, take a ding down, and has to fall back, has to call for backup. There's Alex, Hearing two players drop down from the vents will catch off Starvin. One good kill against S-Tag next to AUG getting picked up, and MBK comes in for a flank, and S-Tag's not ready for it. Suddenly they've got a line into the A-bomb site. Neo Suffix rotating up in a 5-on-3. Damage done to Freiburg, obviously. The bomb plant will be allowed here. RPK going to try and tempt the face in, but Neo Suffix is not going to go for it. Flashbang over. Buys position back out of heaven, and they're going to save this one. Yeah, they're going to cut their losses and save. That's interesting. Well, 5 versus 3, I guess it's kind of understandable. 2 rifles picked up. Freiburg on 15 HP. A half-by-round victory for Vitality will certainly bow well for the Frenchman. And Heroic playing this one smartly. Don't want to give up all those rifles, otherwise they won't have a very good buy. So, drop some more. Yes, they will get away with 2 AUGs, but that's a problem. That's a bridge you have to cross when you cross it. More of a next round problem than this round problem. Small technical pause for Vitality at this stage. A DC issue for Apex. If you're watching yesterday, you know that's a very similar issue plagued the likes of DJL from the Chaos side. So Chaos had to bring in a stand-in. I'm hoping Vitality don't have to do that. Heroic already decided on their buy. Meanwhile, NATO Safik's going to have that AWP drop for them. AUGs on 4s. Of course, that's what the whole point of that save was, to keep a pretty decent money line as well. $4,500 on Blame and $3,100 on S-Tag. Does go down even further as you go through the list, but you know, the poorest player being on a little over $1,500. I mean, the economy's still stable for Heroic. So now I praise the call. I praise the call to save. Was a bit surprised at first, but I praise it. Meanwhile, Vitality yet to buy. Going to wait for Apex to rejoin the server. You can see how much money they have specifically, so that way they can go for a fully defined buy. I mean, they should have enough money, you know, with the AUGs being saved, $5,000 at least on every single player, and I don't think that Apex is any different. It's time to ponder at the very least the current state of the affairs here for Vitality. A couple of good, confident half-buy rounds. The rifle round is where things are going to get important. As Apex rejoins us, we do see that, yes, he also has $5,000, similar to the Alex portion of Vitality. 2 AUGs, of course, saved is going to give a bit more of a boost to that economy state, so they probably can drop a few more rifles in the round following this. We've lost bonus in tow for the Frenchman. It will just be only 4 rounds lost bonus, but that should be enough. Zaiwu can go for the AWP buy. Now, last time he had about $5,800, he went for an AK with utility buy in the first map. Will he bring out the big green gun for this round? Vitality is still kind of making that decision right now as they go through the motions and get ready to unpause. I'm being told the game is about to go live, so... Let's see what Vitality can bring back to the fold. Again, quick, fast, confident half-buy round. Can they translate that over to the main rifles with 2 AUGs? Probably 2 AKs and an AWP is what I predict is going to be the buy-up for Zaiwu, RPK, and Apex. Ooh, okay, that's not right. That's not right. Is that just ESCA being ESCA? Okay. All right. Yeah, AK for RPK. AWP still dropped for Native Statics to pick that up. And Zaiwu, what's the buy here? AWP? Yes, AWP. Kevlar, no helmet. One smoke. Might be a little bit disastrous when it comes to the AUG facing, so at long range they can still get the one-shot headshot kills. Zaiwu, where is he going to face to this? Towards outside, trying to gain early control, an early pick potentially against the CT forces. Not challenged by the AWP of NATO Sapphics, but instead Esatag at passive positions as NATO Sapphics holds down the ramp rim control. The T-side aren't going to regress other than their default positions at crosses. NBK in particular. Hoping for a bit of aggression from Heroic. He's not going to see any though. Heroic haven't really been known to go very aggressive on CT side on this map. Smokes up, the T-side move into the outside area, established control by Zaiwu. Smokes down to the cross, to the garage. Molotov denied a smoke on towards Secret. Oh, Esatag with a read, doing damage on the two players. Turns onto Alex as well. Timing is perfect. MBK and Apex will trade it back though, so they keep control in a 4-on-3. But Esatag still holding towards outside. Will finish off the job that he started, taking two more players for the triple kill overall. Zaiwu keeps it at the man advantage to evens. Got A-site control as well for NBK, who are going to make their way into positions for this one. One player towards the vent's going to peek up when the bomb plant does come through. NBK should have this covered. Unless Blame. Have to peek up, eventually spotted. There you go. Now Zaiwu up close against NATO Sapphics. AWP v AWP battle right here in the hut. AWP shots missing from both players though, and NATO not getting the wallbang either. Zaiwu's the hell out of there. Not going to take that fight. Knows it's way too risky. And Blame has to come in from main instead. NBK boosted up. Not going to get spotted at the edge of the smoke. Instead, he'll see Blame first. Burst fire goes way on through, getting back out of position. Great flashbang in for the CT forces, but doesn't blind NBK as Zaiwu ends off on NATO Sapphics. 2 kills for each of these two surviving players. Vitality do connect the half buy to a full buy. Now got the AWPs and the AKs back in play to work with. Up against the full-blown force investment from Heroic, meanwhile. They've got the AWPs, they've got the M4s, but they've invested virtually every single penny into getting this. Flashes over, shot in from NATO Sapphics, gets the opener with Esatag also tramming through to RPK, a 5-on-3 to start things off for Heroic. Vitality do try and find a two-pronged attack. They have to get the ramp room control, though. They've snuck in, and NATO Sapphics scoped up. Catches the first man here as Zaiwu spots the second of Apex. Trying to hold harassment back here towards the ramp area. The bomb obviously on his back, so he's got to stay alive if he goes down. It's a lot of trouble for Vitality. 60 seconds still left, trying to Molotov the AWP back out of position, but the smoke should go down for NATO Sapphics. Blame F going to be here towards ramp. Sees him dropping in, takes him down. Alex will come up with a trade towards the back lines, but he's alone and afraid and isolated. He's going to make a hell of a clutch workout for Vitality. He will get the bomb on his back. Flashbangs coming through the Molotovs. Do not force NATO Sapphics. He'll peek of his own accord and he'll get his triple. Nicely done from the defensive on the ramp room area. With the earlier damage done to Vitality as well, it's going to leave a lack of money here. AKs will be force invested, but once again it's a 3 rifle, 2 pistol setup for Vitality, similar to the force buy in the third round. They try and go fast into the A bomb side potentially. They've already put the nades up, but not going to follow suit here with the 5 players stacking over. Even the 3 players that they have in the lobby will not go committing to this just yet. They will just open up Squeaky, and Smoke will have to get forced in by Heroic. Meanwhile, the boost will leave. I think that's Starvin on the rafters. Yeah, Starvin up here to the rafters area, ready to take face against Vitality if they come pouring out a hut. Smokes into main, the flashbangs over, suggest that this will be an A here. Apex going to make his way downstairs, and Starvin is ready for him. Burst fire out, Blame taking damage, Molotovs in, Nato takes that one towards the ramp room, but MBK follows up, not ready for Starvin. The tightest of angles will take the frag, but RPK and Zai will come in with kills towards ramp, and they're going to open up the B-bomb site. 3 versus 2 scenario, Starvin and Esatag. Coming in from the same positions towards the vents here, they're making a lot of noise, the bomb plant. Going to be denied, open up double doors, Starvin just connects it together, blind. And knows exactly where RPK will plant, getting picked up by ZywOo. They know where both these players are at. The nades in, won't be able to deny the bomb plant, will do a little bit of damage, but it will be retake for these two CTs. Starvin with a defuse, Esatag without. Esatag has to take the brunt of the offensive force. As Apex taps his way on through, they know where both these players are at. ZywOo and Apex giving up their positions for the sake of sheer firepower, and Starvin will go down. Esatag suddenly just becomes a whole lot more difficult. Out of the decontamination, defuse kit on the other side of the site. Taps up, Apex will get opened up on, he'll take some damage, but Esatag wins out the fight. He's got to get this kill on ZywOo quick though, and ZywOo not blinking for a second. 2 kills to his name, AWP recovered, 6-4. Vitality fire right back against the Danes. And a pause is called. Tactical for Heroic. Been pretty confident for Vitality so far in this one. I mean, the T-side's been going well enough. Their economy is also limited all the same, so they've got to decide if they want to go for the force up, want to go for the eco. Half by Quasi. No, they're going to go for the force. AUG for Starvin, Scout for Blame, Freiburg, NATO, and Esatag. Yet to invest, but they'll get some SMGs, some more scouts. A Deagle in for Freiburg. Honestly, I trust Freiburg with this Deagle. He's been looking like hitting some crispy shots right now. As the T's try. Prompt out an opening kill. They'll bait in the first shot coming in from the scout. They'll know that they force bought. Damage onto Alex as well. Where did that come from? Outside? Looked like it may have been. I'm not sure. Either way, Apex opens things up on Esatag. Taking the first scout down. The AWP is ZywOo. Peak spots 2. Takes out 1 more. Average players forced to fall back. NBK taken out by NATO Sapphics. And the only man here towards ramp will be Red Upon. So they should be able to connect the dots and realize that the T side are all held up towards outside. Will they go to secret? Yes, they will. And NATO Sapphics with an AK in his hands. Will be the Lone Ranger to defend it. Watching control, listening for double doors and decon. It looks like that's where they'll face up for Team Vitality. 2 players right here. Apex opens up the doors. The spray is awkward from NATO. He does connect it on the bomb plant, though. They're calling in for backup. They'll know where it is. Alex with a trade, though, will take out the CT presence, and Freiburg getting caught off guard to decon. Alex will deal with him. Blame last man there for the scout. Tapped up, taken out by Alex. 3 kills on 2 points of health. A well-played round from him, and Vitality will clean up the force buy of Heroic. Eco for the CTs. Probably should be going out as well as you expect it. Ooh, crispy shot from MBK. Not bad. Blame certainly being told to sit down. Esatag comes up with a double dink of his own right, though. That's a little something, MBK. Paying the price for his crispiness. But Esatag also paying the price for overextending. Certainly trying to get a bit greedy against those frags there. Starvin and Apex duel back and forth between Secret and Silo. Apex will be the man to get that frag. And 2 players remain for Heroic. The doors are open, the Molotovs are in. No CT to face. Freiburg and NATO Safix just waiting for the peaks to come forward. They do spot a couple players coming out. Tag damage done, but Mac 10 and AK quickly mops up the round. Again, it would be easy for Vitality. It isn't Eco. It's like equalize against Heroic. The T side going well so far for the Frenchies. The rebuy comes back from Heroic. AWP in for NATO Safix. And a fast hit coming through from Vitality. Flashbangs over the AWP. Tags up Zywoo. Freiburg comes up 1. Zywoo trying to find a way back in. There's 2 for 2 trades go across the board, but Starvin stays alive to keep it alive for the CT side. 2 versus 2. Damage being done to both Starvin and Zywoo. AWP will make his way down and out towards the B bomb site. And Heroic know that this vent dive's come in. They heard it all, and they'll suffer for the retake right now. 1 player coming in from ramp room. That's Blame. Starvin going to come in. Actually join him towards ramp room instead, so. Difficult retake, difficult defensive. Which one trumps which? Zywoo watching decontamination areas, watching Secret from Decon. There's Alex. Has to find an angle to work with over at Decon itself. Watching onto the bomb site. Smokes up, tap once. Alex spray, damage done, but can't take Alex. He will be able to do so. Now stick the whole 10 seconds. Zywoo got to face with the AWP. P250 up close. Will take the bomb planter down. And Blame has not got enough time for this. Defuse kit not in play for Heroic. Just enough for the P250 to deal the damage, finish the job, and take the lead for Team Vitality. As the end of the half is fast approaching for Heroic and Vitality. AUG's in for Blame. But that's about it for the Heroic side. They're going eco over than that. And already has been spotted. Zywoo going to wait for the reface and just shut him down. Instant kill. Starvin tagged up. Blame challenged. Freiburg dead. Standard eco for Heroic. As Vitality take control, looking to take their half victory at 8-6. Starvin dealt with. Safix goes down. Blame to save the AUG. He's got no say in the matter. As Vitality do rotate out towards the B bomb site. Bomb plant will go through. NBK closes out the last. 4 kills for him, dropping that AUG. And again, Vitality taking the half. Now Heroic to try and bring it back. Try and bring at least an 8-7 scoreline, which is workable, but it will be on T side, which is my main worry here for the Danes. Vitality see a lot of utility going in towards that A bomb site, selling them on the idea that it would be an A play. You can see Blame's already rotating up to heaven. Also the outside, actually. Tag will get the opening kill, and Blame will come in towards Zywoo as well. 5-on-3 scenario as Vitality do lose 2 towards the outside. A reface coming in from Blame, gets himself a double. NBK not expecting it. I don't think Heroic were either, but it doesn't matter. RPK and Apex. 2 players left out for brunch as they get taken apart by the Heroic side. All 5 staying alive at the end of that CT side, at least showing a little bit of what we saw early on during the half. It was a very confident half to start from Heroic. But in the end, Vitality came back and won it overall. Again, scoreline at the end of the half, 8-7 favor of Vitality. as I was saying, a lot of the time Nuke comes down to each side's individual T-sides. Obviously, these two teams are going to have a good time on CT side. So is this very good time on T side going to work well for the Vitality side, or will it not matter a thing? Heroic have got to come in with a game plan to this second half, else they're going to struggle hardcore in this one. See here at halftime, both teams not going to ready up. Neither squad wants to go in too quickly to this second half, obviously. It's most important for Heroic as well. They could have the opportunity to end this in 2 maps if they can dominate in the second half. Again, if you're just joining us, they are a map up in this series. On both sides, this is the chance to go to ESL 1 Cologne. So, needless to say, it's important. Already seen some confident pistols from the likes of Vitality over the course of this series, and Heroic have always been able to respond in kind. They might need to do the same thing here in the second half of Nuke. Of course, to remind you, coming up after this matchup, we've got North taking on Avangard in our lower bracket matchup for today, where the winner will face the loser of this matchup in tomorrow's final match of the qualifier to decide who will be the final team through to ESL 1 Cologne. Right, let's get it started. Pistol round buy-ups incoming for Vitality on CT. We'll see the utility coming out for Blame on T side. Smoke Molly, a single smoke flash and HE for Freiburg. And the defuse will be on MBK with a smoke to back it up. Kevlar for everybody else. Default pistols across the board. And Heroic going straight into lobby to begin. NATO Safix taking contact out towards the ramp position. Nades open up the squeaky. Nice block of the smoke from Zai Wu as he opens up on Freiburg. Good headshot. NBK will see them coming in towards Hell. He'll back off because he's got the defuse kit. Meanwhile, Blame putting smokes down on target. Molotovs into the bomb site. Going to try and sell them on an A hit still. Actually, it will be a rotation on an A hit. Never mind. Oh, Apex cuts off Blame before he can hit the floor. Starvin comes up with a kill. As alongside 2 kills coming in. 3 kills for Starvin. Make it 4, not quite. Apex, 2 versus 2. He'll return fire and the bomb can get planted. But A site is under siege still. They line up. NATO Savage gets information on both of the CT forces. They'll go for this bomb plant as a result. Round this corner, Apex got to face Alex. Guts for the headshot though. Denies the bomb plant. NATO Savage 1v1. And Alex will win the fight. As Heroic tried to pull the rotations, they still had a lot of presence on A for Vitality, and the rotation's good enough from main to hold on to the pistol just about. But that's no different to the pistol of the first half. Again, Vitality won it by the skin of their teeth. And Heroic were able to respond with the force up. Not quite as heavy a force buy, but they have got an AK in play for Blame. That bomb plot had come through, that might have been a bit better, or they may have even gone to save the rifles. As it stands, though, Alex is going to melt them towards outside. NATO Savix and S attack down. Blame comes up with a trade, but MBK trades it right back on the other side of the map. And they know where they're at. Freiburg, last man standing. And that's it. 3 kills for Alex. Vitality, confident start here on CT side. The Eagles go up, 2 Glocks for Suffix and Starvin. Just a quick play from S-Attack. How much damage can you do with this and Eagle? Not much, apparently. Bit of a throwaway around to try and just get control of this one as Vitality start to spiral out of control here on the map up. On the scoreline, they will put 11 on the board, most nearly guaranteed. I mean, the Eagles will do some damage. Alex taken out. Zywoo trades it. Looking for Freiburg still towards the outside position, and he will be spotted. And headshot will come through for the triple kill. And Starvin probably can't do anything from here. He maybe might swing onto MBK, PT50 to the head. This has been a hell of an adjustment, though. And yeah. He's like, nope! Please don't shoot me in the face. Shoot me in the back instead. My face is too pretty. Something along those lines. I'm sure we can... Yeah. 4 rounds deficit now between Vitality and Heroic AWP. For NATO Suffix. As Heroic try and rebuy back in to contention. They need to get this next round. Not the worst case scenario if they don't, but ideally they really would need to. As NATO posts himself out towards outside, Vitality aren't going to challenge it. One player towards Secret though. Alex could be a bit of a flanker. They're not watching Secret at the moment here. Zywoo will eventually try to join him in Garage, but he also realizes that NATO could be posted up, so he'll just wait back. Smokes will go over to the Secret cross. The smokes come back. Alex going to have to be the main man. I think he put a Molotov down actually to deny that first smoke, and indeed he did. So nice big gap for the CTs to work with. Alex will fall back. As further smokes and Molotovs come in from the T side to try and flush them off of the heaven position. As Heroic continue to the outside. Zywoo spots several, sprays and does damage to S-Attack, but takes more back in kind. NATO and Starvin also taking slight chunks elsewhere on the map. As Heroic further in, flash for Blame, they get into heaven. Zywoo gonna hear that, hear those footsteps. Freiburg coming around towards Secret, looking in towards main. If he can get down Alex, then it might be a bit of a big pick-up. Meanwhile, MBK not realizing the T-side player right around this corner. He will go for the challenge, suspecting it, gets him at 4 HP, but Starvin stays alive with a kill. Zywoo with a dangerous swing, 21 points of health, stays alive in his own right. Knows that there's one player to heaven, and Alex will take 2 more before he melts in the flames. 1 player left for the T-side. Vitality do come out on top with a couple of good positions. And Heroic tried for heroic play, but it didn't quite work out the way that they wanted it to. And once again, things will get scary for the team on the back foot. Last map, it was Vitality. This map, it'll be the Danes. They will go for a force-up. Well, kind of force-up. Some players going in with pistols and Kevlar. Oh! And Freiburg shut down the flashbang side. Alex comes up with the kill of his own. Might be Starvin with the AK, the only four-sport rifle for the T's. Will open things up for Heroic and open up the B-bomb site most importantly. Apex still gear. He'll get a kill. As Blame picks up that AK. And the AUG recovered by S-Tag will now turn on towards the vents area. Zywoo right here, close and personal. CZ kill up against Blame now. He'll open up the doors, spotted, sprays, and Blame's going to win it out to a 1 versus 1. 3 kills to clutch it for Heroic. The smoke ready from RPK, taps the bomb once. Blame score gap in the door, and he's not going to win the fight. RPK will win it instead. Go for the defuse. And just hold on to unlucky round 13 for Team Vitality. And Heroic slowly letting this one slip away from their grasp. Nearly a very good play with that 4-sport AK as well. No 4K could come through in Heroic. saddened by that factor, but they will go back in for another fast hit. Vent dive coming through from Esatag, taking a lot of damage for his trouble, but he will establish this part of the map. I think he jumped and let his feet hit the floor, so Apex will know. Heroic look to try and gain ramp control to hold on to their teammate position, make it advantageous. Esatag trying to hold off against Apex, as meanwhile the main force struggles with the CT side line. They do deal with MBK, but now they've got Zaiwu, who almost lines them up, but only takes Freiburg down. Could have caught the Achilles heel of another, but NATO Savage now moves in, and Esatag gets a trade. 2 versus 2 as the man up on the rafters is dealt with RPK. Last one standing for Team Vitality. Coming in from ramp at the backstab. The bomb plant will come through. And he'll have a clutch and a half to make work here for Vitality to keep them going for 14-7, else Heroic will make their way up to 8. And he moves in, spots that bomb, does not know that there's one at control room. The glass is still up, so he'll have to reveal his position. We'll open it up, look for the drop down, but Blame comes up with the kill. And Heroic play passiveness to a T. No clutch for RPK today. It'll be 13-8. They will try and shut down the economy of the Frenchman. M4s, AUGs, SMGs coming through, but look at the aggression with the 5-7 of MBK, catching off Starvin. There's a lot of aggression that could still work out. He gets himself a kill, and he's going to continue to hold this corner. Faces on Blame, looks for the dink down, 2 HP. And a pistol alone may have just crippled Heroic. The SMGs, the AUG, if they play passive enough, if they wait for these angles to come to them, then they might still be able to get the picks against them. Look at the garage area as well. Alex is so ready for this. So many players to line up for him. They face up. Data Savix goes falling. Second player up and down. And the 2 low HP guys are all that remain. Vitality are going to turn this whole situation around with 4 kills from Alex. But major credit goes to NBK for aggressing the T side when they just weren't ready for it. Vitality now within 2 of taking us to Overpass as our 3rd and final map of this series. An SMG still out for Vitality up against the full-blown set of AKs for Heroic. Six rounds to the comeback for the T side. Getting a little bit controlled in towards the squeaky area. Apex does not suspect Starvin here, or does he? Does he? He will now. Smoke clears Starvin down. Vent dive denied, but they have got secret control, and there's an AK for Apex to work with on this defense. 4 players now challenging. 7 are tagged up heavily as Apex comes up with 1. Alex with a secondary kill damage done to NATO Safix, who turns around with the AWP, but there's still so many more players to deal with. And close range from Apex will be denied. 3rd frag not going to come through for the T-side AWPer, so it's all left to Blame to clutch it. 1v3. Molotov's in, NBK spotting. The CT is going to rotate to adjust. As the smokes gain control of the bomb, at least that's what you think, but Blame. Predictive shots doing a little bit of damage, not much to MBK. Once again, everything goes quiet in secret. 30 seconds left. Blame has got bomb, can pick it up. Have to move in the map control to go towards the B bomb site. If he goes up towards A, it'll be a disaster. Got to take out MBK to begin. 17 seconds left. Hearing footsteps, hearing scopes. Knows the SMG is what he's looking for, and 10 seconds remain. As soon as he pops this window, it's where it's going to get ugly. And the bomb is dropped. Another round for Vitality. 15-8. Map point on Nuke.